Greetings and welcome to this week's edition of 401k Real Talk. This is Fred Barstein, contributing editor at wealthmanagement.com's RPA Omnichannel and CEO at Trow, TPSU, and 401k TV. I review all of last week's stories and select the most important and interesting ones, providing open, honest, and candid discussion you will not get anywhere else. So let's get real. First story, after a bit of a lull in April, the job market came roaring back in May, adding 272,000 new jobs, beating experts' expectations, with education and government accounting for nearly half, while the business sector added a robust 33,000 new positions. Unemployment was up a tick at 4%, while wages rose 4.1% year over year. So not only is the war for talent still raging at the workplace, with a recent Morgan Stanley report showing how much employees value financial planning services, but it also affects all sectors, including record keepers, TPAs, and advisors alike, struggling to hire quality talent, affecting service and their ability to grow as the war for talent rages on. Next story, DC litigation has targeted in the past fees and plan sponsors asleep at the wheel, while target dates and forfeiture accounts are recent victims. Now we've moved on to managed accounts with a new lawsuit by Bechtel employees, a $5.1 billion plan. The suit alleges that the record-keeping fees, which were between $24 to $29 per year per participant, effectively increased by over $300 due to additional revenue paid to the provider, which used the managed account as a QDIA default investment. Citing little performance difference between target date funds, which were substantially cheaper, and limited engagement by participants, the suit alleges that the managed account fees were unreasonable. While target dates are crude and just a pit stop on the road to personalization, until there is more engagement, unleashing their benefits, and costs come down, it is likely that managed accounts will be a litigation target as their use increases by both record keepers and advisors to generate, in part, additional revenue. Next story, speaking of managed accounts, a New York federal court rejected a motion to dismiss a lawsuit brought by participants in 6 colleges and university plans against their provider, TIA, alleging high-pressure sales tactics to enroll participants in high-cost managed accounts. The plan sponsors were not named. In 2021, TIA was fined $97 million by the SEC for their rollover sales tactics, as well as managed accounts, citing failure to disclose conflicts of interest and misleading statements by TIA reps. So as cross-selling by providers and advisors only increases, so does the potential for conflicts of interest, and as we have seen, lawsuits that will only make plan sponsors more reluctant to allow their vendors to offer additional services. Next story, after buying the retirement divisions of Wintrust, Huntington Bank, and Truist, OneDigital announced a similar deal with Zions Bancorp, located in the Southwest, with plans in Washington and California. All told, the deal includes $4.4 billion in 200 plans with 42,000 participants. With the exception of JP Morgan, who recently expanded their relationship with Vestwell, and B of A, which owns Merrill and their own record keeper, it seems like banks struggle to compete to offer retirement plans to clients. Though they have unique relationships with participants and business owners with With access to lots of data, retirement plans have yet to become a core service. Look for more deals and outsourcing opportunities. Finally, as the leading 401k record keepers gathered in DC on June 4th and 5th for the 6th annual RPA Record Keeper Roundtable and Think Tank held during the Spark to See a Public Policy Forum, Mark Alley from Alera said the 401k industry is entering a second golden age, but must overcome issues with scale and implementation. Themes included how to leverage the explosion of small plans through wealth advisors and TPAs, and how to safely use data to fuel the initiatives, as well as leverage technology offered by emerging fintechs, third parties, and through AI. Read my recent wealth management column about this seminal meeting, which also touched on how the DC industry needs to come together to collaborate on guaranteed income, a theme sure to be covered more thoroughly at the June 17th through 18th Retirement Income Roundtable in New York City. So those were the most important and interesting stories from the past week. I listed a few others I thought reading, covering Allianz hires new DC distribution executive Ben Thomason. Survey shows that DC plan sponsors want to add retirement income options. JP Morgan deepens their relationship with Vestwell. Vanguard notes that DC matches disproportionately benefit the wealthy. And the survey details how employees want and expect financial planning at the workplace. Please let me know if I missed anything or if you'd like to comment. Otherwise, I look forward to speaking to you next week on 401k Real Talk.